Hello to anyone watching. This is a overdue video from Thursday last week, the 17th. I've been very busy and haven't had a chance to get around to it yet, but let's start going through some price real quick. Let's go through any trades that were valid, any trades that our community took, and so on. So starting off, our session, you guys know, starts at 4 a.m. Eastern time, so that means my session would have started here. Looking on pound USD first. So daily swing is bullish, daily internal leg is now bearish. We had an ISP towards the downside. 4-hour leg is bearish, 15-minute is turned bullish throughout half the session. But starting off right when we opened our monitor, price was bearish, just making lower lows and lower highs. So so starting off right here, price should trace back up into our 15-minute supply right around 4:30 Eastern time. We came into what we would consider our last point of inducement. We have a lot of liquidity being built up right around here, just waiting to be swept into this refinement over here. There's nothing up here to signal that price could react from there. So price came in, gave you a reaction. One of our members took this. I did not, because to me, momentum did not really show itself until that candle right there. And I have a 0.3 pip rule. So I use 0.3 of a pips to buffer from my refinement. To me, that RR was not there, right? The return on investment was not there. So that's not a trade for me. One thing that's interesting to note is that this is the way the community was viewing it. The way I was viewing it was something happened around here. As you guys can see, we had two candles print right here. So to me, this was an order flow shift, and this was basically just normal M15 structure. That's how I was treating this. So we had a sub break here. We had an order flow shift to the downside there. So another sub break there, and then another order flow shift to the upside, and price came in and created a 15-minute demand. Let's see what price did. So price came in, broke the high, came in, swept all this liquidity right in here. This swept the last point of inducement. I like to mark this out. Normally I don't, but whenever I want to illustrate certain things, I do. So price came into our last point of inducement, tapped into our extreme refinement, showed momentum in this candle right here, and hit TP at 4R. So definitely a nice winner there. Let's keep moving forward. Let's also delete these drawings right over here. These are old. So lastly, price gave us another sub break within our session. This was all news. I think maybe it was CPI. Price retraced back in this 15-minute demand. You could have looked for a trade there. I didn't. To me, price was coming in very hot. I believe someone did take this trade. To me, there was also not really a refinement here. Like, what are you going to be looking at? Is it this piece right here? Because this, to me, doesn't signal anything fantastic. Like, just look at this. This is already mitigated, so I'm not interested. You could have entered there. Price would have ranged around, probably could have gone out for 4R, but that's not something we are interested in. So let's go on to UCAD. So UCAD has been bullish. Daily swing is bullish. Daily leg is also bullish. Our 4-hour is most likely also bullish. Yep, there it is. So starting off at our session, when I opened up the charts this morning, let me get rid of this. When I opened up the charts this morning, we were about right here. Let me start marking this out. Yep, we were at this point forward right here. And let's also make this green. Red just signals bad stuff. So price broke here, You could argue that price has been bearish, consistently just making lower lows. Personally, this is too tight of structure, so nothing valid there. We had an order flow shift to the upside right over here. You can make the argument that you had an order flow shift to the upside. But because we've had about a couple order flow shifts to the order flow shifts in general, I would have totally discounted USD CAD. Because you had an order flow shift to the downside, upside, again to the downside, and again to the upside. So at this point, you're not respecting any structure, so you're taking a big risk by looking at trades. So let's take a look at USD, the Euro USD. So swing is bearish. We're reacting from the daily supply zone at the extreme. Daily is also bearish. 4 hour, if you can guess it, it's going to be bearish. Daily leg right over here. This is what I would consider my daily leg to be. So price is coming in to this daily 4 hour demand zone after sweeping all this liquidity right in here. Let's look at the 15. I'd still be looking for sells. You guys know that price started for me right around 4 a.m. Oops, price isn't drawing. Yep, right around in here. So when I opened up my trade charts, prices just barely tried to give us a new high, or giving us an order flow shift. Could you have potentially looked in here for a sell? You could have. I wasn't a fan of it, but let's just see what price would have given you if you did, because this is very tight structure. Break there, break there. Price is bearish. So you see, you got no structure here. You just got one leg, one minute leg right here. That's not structure. That's just scalping at best case scenario, which we don't do. Had an order flow shift here. Debatably, something happened in here to where you could be looking at for sells, but price didn't even tap into it. So no valid POI to look at for buys. Last pair is AU. AU swing is bullish, daily is bullish. Our 4 hour leg is most likely also going to be bearish. So price is coming up. It mitigated the 4 hour leg, so it's ready to go lower if it needs to go lower. And we are reacting to a 4 hour supply. We got our order flow shift to the upside, and price is dancing between this part of the leg right here and this part right over here. So realistically, I wouldn't really be looking to trade right here, because price created this leg and literally from 1945 to within a couple hours. The only time we really do order flow shifts, and it's not part of the plan, it's just something for more of the advanced guys to do when price is consolidating like this, is we're looking to trade with the trend. So in this case, I would be looking at buys in here, but because price just made this structure within a couple hours of our session, there's really not much point in me trying to look at, taking an order flow shift trade here and then looking for buys in here. Because it's like, where are you really looking at? It's like, what is this over here? Why not just look in here? And you can't really take a 3A here, because realistically, this is the 3A. The extreme is this candle right in here. Thankfully, though, you didn't have to make any decisions, because when price came in and came out relatively quick with a lot of momentum, no signals, nothing given. So nothing on AU for Thursday 17th. So with that being said, y'all have a good day. Peace.